Okay, okay, okay. It is crypto faceless. I remain faceless. I remain nameless, guys. Go ahead, and give me a like on the way in. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. What are you waiting on, guys? I'm giving you guys alpha, new gems, new categories, new crypto things that are going up consistently on the channel on a daily basis. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Actually, I've seen that about 60% of you guys are watching but not subscribing, guys. It does help out the channel if you just hit the subscribe button. And it's free as well. It's also free. Yeah. Anyway, today I got the Crypto Alpha Series episode 2. Today's episode is going to be about what is your strategy, right? You might be thinking, of crypto faces, what are you talking about? The last episode was about what's your plan, but today is about what's your strategy. There is a difference, and I'll get into it. But first, let's get into the wider market as usual. We got BTC sitting at 42,000 last time I checked, showing signs of weakness. Because remember, I told you guys if we get past that 44K level, that would be indicative of a higher move to the upside to that local high we had around 49K. But we're not actually seeing that that move above 44. We're actually seeing a little bit of a dump, not too much, down to 42, but the longer we stay in that lower range of the 40s, the closer we get back to 40, we might get into the 30s again. You never know. And then we end up retesting that 37K level, yada, yada, yada. What's the alpha for right now? The alpha for right now is buying, 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 building up your core portfolio, guys. That's what I'm doing. So I've been saying for weeks now, building up your core portfolio pre-having, very important. You really want to have that core portfolio, so you could pretty much sit back for the rest of the cycle and just watch the gains, watch your portfolio go up. You know what I'm saying? If you're able to really build up your core portfolio right before the halving, right? Very important. Um, and and if you don't have any more money, a lot of you guys might say, "I'm out of dry powder. I've already got my core portfolio." Uh, don't fade the airdrops, guys. A few episodes ago or a few videos ago, I did mention that get these airdrops, man. There's so many airdrops that you can actually get, and I mentioned that a few episodes ago or few a few videos ago. Um, and guess what? Jupiter, which is a Dex on Solana, just did an airdrop, and there's a little 17-year-old kid that actually made $1 million on that airdrop, bro. $1 million on that airdrop. Like he was playing around with Jupiter a lot. Okay, don't get me wrong, he didn't use it one time, but he was playing around, playing in that ecosystem. Again, it's a Dex on Solana. Um, and I think that anybody who used it before a certain time period, I think it was November, you pretty much got a an airdrop, and he used it a lot. He was farming or doing a bunch of things, so he ended up using it a lot, and he got $1 million worth of an airdrop. Okay, and that's not ridiculous, because I mean, if you were around in 2020, you know Uniswap came out and they did an airdrop as well, and people who were using Uniswap, they got an airdrop worth thousands of dollars, right? A lot of people actually didn't want to use Uniswap when it first came out. They were like, nah, I'll just use, your regular centralized exchange and like, Binance or Coinbase or whatever. And they were kind of fading Uniswap. And then everybody who was using Uniswap in the early days got thousands of dollars in free money and free airdrops. So don't fade the airdrops, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't have more dry powder to get into different projects, you get the airdrops, right? So let's get into today's video. Today is about what is your strategy. Okay, you might be thinking, okay, all right, you already made a video about what's your plan. How is that different from a strategy? They are different. Let me explain. Okay, in episode 1 of the Crypto Alpha series, I told you have to have a plan. Okay, if your plan was to get out of debt, okay, you need to actually know how much debt you have, and then that's your plan. That's your goal. If your plan was to buy a house, you need to know how much the house costs, and then that's your plan. That's your goal. That's your number. I said everybody has to have a number in your head, right? That's your goal for the cycle. And of course, you have to also, look at the timing of the market. You can't be in the tail end of the bull cycle, and then if you're nowhere near the number you have in your head, then you have to reassess things. And I talked about that in episode 1. So go back and watch the Alpha series episode 1, because it was a lot of gems and alpha in that video as well. But now I'm speaking about what's your strategy to get your goal, right? You already have a goal, you already have a plan, you already have a number in your head. But what's your strategy to actually get that number? What's your strategy? You have to have a strategy. It's not just having a plan, having a goal. You have to have a strategy to reach the goal, guys. So the problem is a lot of guys in crypto don't have a strategy, don't have a plan to begin with, don't have a goal, don't have a number. It's just all winging it. And you can't wing it in crypto. If you wing it, you won't make money. You won't survive in this market. You cannot wing it. That's number one. Cannot just go with the wind and try to, make up things as you go. You will get wrecked in this market. You need to have a plan. You need to write it out, and you need to follow your plan. All right. So there are different ways you can make money in this market. Number one, you could just buy your core bags early on in the cycle, preferably pre-halving. Okay, like right now. All right. And you hold throughout the whole cycle. I plan on holding these bags. I'm not selling. I'm holding them until we get to the top of the market, and I'll sell into the FOMO. Okay. That's one way you can play the market. And that's a very good way, actually. This is something that I do for with most of my bags. Okay. Um, and when it comes to selling, it's a whole nother video. We can talk about that later on, right? But the main thing is that you have your core bags and you're holding that for the whole cycle. Now, another thing you could do, another strategy is playing the cycle or trading the cycle. These are called your trade coins, right? You actually have coins that you don't plan on holding these coins for the whole cycle, but you plan on actually making 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, and then getting out, and then cycling those profits into another coin, like a preferably another lower market cap altcoin that can actually do you know a 100%, 200% quite easy, right? So you take your 5x, you put it back into a lower cap market cap coin, and then you just get 100%. And guess what? Your 5x turned into a 10x, right? Because you took 5x, you put it into a coin that actually just did a double up, or only 100%. And then it turns into 10x. Take that 10x, put it back into another coin, and goes up just 100%. Now you have a 20x, right? Now you have a big bag, right? You could actually play that the whole cycle. You got to be smart with it. You have to actually have good you have to have a good risk appetite, but you also have to mitigate your risk as well. You don't want to take your 20x and then throw it back into a small market altcoin. No, once you get a bigger bag, then you have to start thinking about taking profits out of that 20x, putting it into a core altcoin, and then taking the other half, and then you can put it back into a small altcoin, and then you can rinse and repeat, right? But you should also take profits out and then put it into your core top coins, right? Top altcoins. You're talking about your Bitcoins, your Ethereums, your Cardanos, your Solanas, right? Those will be good coins to take profits and to cycle out into, because those will go up throughout the cycle as well. Just not as much as the other coins, but they'll go up as well. But you don't want to play with a big bag. Like if let's say you got a 20x or 30x, you don't want to take that 20x, 30x, and then put it into a small market cap altcoin, and then hopefully you do it again. No, that's dumb, right? But you should have a plan. That's all your trading portfolio. Excuse me. It's called your trading portfolio, right? It's your trading portfolio. Now, what do? I do a mixture of both, all right? But I don't wing it. It's very important that you don't wing it. I don't wing it at all. Okay, I know exactly what coins are my core coins. I write them down. Okay, I write them down on a sheet of paper. These are my core coins. Okay, I plan on holding these until the end of the market. I'm not going to sell it when it goes 5x, 10x. No, I'm going to hold these until the FOMO comes around, the euphoria comes around, and I'm going to be selling towards the end of the bull market. Okay. Like I said, I'll speak about that in another video on how to exactly take profits and to make sure you come out of this market with gains. That's very important as well. All right. So, where was I? All right, that's my core coins, right? And then I also have a trading portfolio of my trading coins, right? These are the coins I only want to get a 3x, 4x, 5x, and then I'm out. And I'm going to cycle that into another coin and get a double up, and then I'm out. And I'm going to cycle that into something else, double up, I'm out. And when I build that back up, then I'll start taking profits and putting it into my core altcoins, right? Or bigger plays, bigger market cap altcoins to really lock in profits. And then I'll take the rest of whatever's left and then play with it in other small market cap altcoins. But that's only a small percentage of my portfolio. Okay, I go way heavier on holding my core coins for the whole cycle. That's where the majority of my portfolio is. I buy them pre-halving. I've been buying them since October, November up until now. I'm still buying, increasing my core portfolio bag, right? That's what I'm going to be holding until, quarter three, quarter four of this year and into 2025 as well. Okay. I'll talk about how I actually take profits later on. But yeah, uh, a smaller percentage of my portfolio is actually for um, trading. Like I said, I'll be throughout the bull market. I'm going to be getting into different coins. I'm going to be getting into new gaming coins coming out, new AI coins coming out, new DeFi coins coming out. I'm going to be getting into different coins, but those are just going to be trading coins for me. 3x, 4x, 5x, maybe a 10x. Take it out, put it back into another coin, make a double up, take it out. Now it's 20x. Take it out. Now put it into bigger market cap altcoins to lock in profits. And then, towards the end of the bull market, all of that's going into the stables because I'm not holding anything at the end of the bull market, guys. I'm not holding anything at the end of the bull market. Everything is going to stables. Everything. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much what I want to explain to you guys. Number one, you got to have a strategy, okay, to get to your plan. All right. Episode one was about having a plan, having a number. Okay. Episode two is about having a strategy to get to that number. All right. So you need to have a strategy. It needs to be written down. You can't play around with it. You can't this time I want to yeah, it was a core coin, but now I just want to, take profits and leave. No, you got to stick to your plan. Okay. It's the only way to make it in crypto. Of course, if something happens, like something big happens with your coin, of course you can change the plan. If, I don't know, turns out to be a scam, yeah, definitely change your plan. Or it gets rug pulled, yeah, definitely change your plan. But, you know, given none of that happens, you want to keep your plan the same. I had a friend during the last cycle. He had a plan. He wrote it out. He knew exactly when he was going to sell it. And he had a very good plan. It was based off of the Bitcoin dominance, and he was looking at how the alts go up at certain times, and he had it down to the T, exactly when he was going to sell his crypto. And he had let me know the plan, and I remember telling him, according to your plan, you should actually be selling your crypto right now. And then he kind of sat on his he sat on his hands, and he was the greed got to him. Let's be real, the greed got to him. He got greedy, he sat on his hands, and I remember the day I hit him up and told him, according to your plan, you should be selling. That same day or that night, the whole crypto market fell 40%, and that was the first dump that led to the eventual to the bear market. All right, and he was not able to sell. Unfortunately, he was not able to sell his crypto. He was left holding the bag. And that was because he got greedy and he did not follow his plan. Right? So you gotta follow a plan. You gotta have a plan and you follow it. All right. That's the alpha for this video, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Like I said at the beginning, about 60% of you guys, according to my analytics, showing that you guys are watching, but you haven't hit the subscribe button yet. So make sure you guys hit it. It does help out the channel. Crypto Faceless. I remain faceless. I remain nameless. I am out. Take care, guys.